When it comes to wealth, there's something that has always been left out.
Privileged, the heir to a fortune. 21-year-old Jamie Johnson never had to work a day in his life.
However, when successful people talk in interview, in their book, when they're talking about their journey, they always talk about the hard work, working 100+ hours per week, no distraction, no television, but they seem to forget about the part luck played in the success.
I have the best advice for women in business. Get your fucking ass up and work. It seems like nobody wants to work these days.
The lack of being at the right place at the right time, the lack of having access to opportunities, the lack of not worrying about food, of not coming from poverty or in a country that there is less opportunity, etc. like that.
Students with no electricity at home study under the streetlights that illuminate the drive to the presidential palace.
However, those are excuses as well for someone who may be coming from nothing, because we do know that there are people that have become successful coming from nothing, coming from poverty, and they were able to figure it out,
etc., etc. I went from nothing. You asked me.
Me and you probably don't have the same kind of like being born in a rich family, but that's fine. However, this begs the question of how can one become successful without getting lucky? In 2018, there was a tweet storm that blew up on Twitter with more than 70,000 plus likes and retweets. And that tweet was sent out by Naval, an angel investor in Silicon Valley. It talks about timeless principle of wealth creation that can be incorporated in life, in workplace, in business, even in relationship. And today in this video, we are going through 8 of those principles, breaking them down one by one and understanding how we can apply those principles in our life. Without any further ado, let's get into the tweets.
I did a tweet storm called How to Get Rich Without Getting Lucky, and it got pretty popular on Twitter. It's really about wealth creation. I just used the clickbaity title. And it's trying to basically lay out timeless principles of wealth creation that if you absorb them, you become the kind of person who can create wealth, create business, make money.
The pursuit of entrepreneurship is looking for problem in society and finding solution for those problems. And the thing with society, if you want to be rewarded instantly by society or by people, is to give them the solution to the problem that they have, but they don't realize that they need a solution for that problem yet. The biggest example of those are big companies that we are seeing around recently. Example, Uber. I can give you the example of the internet, Google, Tesla, etc. So if you are in the path of entrepreneurship, look for a problem in society that needs solution and attend to that. Work on the solution. Put it out in the market, learn how to build, learn how to sell, and if you can do both, you will be unstoppable.
How did you make your money?
I'm in the furniture business. We sell mattresses, American-made furniture, been at it for 40 years, still at it.
I was a co-founder of Electronic Arts, the video game company.
The thing I invented, it's called Ethernet. I invented it at Xerox Research in Palo Alto, California.
President of a behavioral consulting firm here in Providence. We had virtually no money in the bank. I had 2 kids in private school. We had bought a big house. I had big plans. And I was fired 15 months later by a guy wearing a cape.
That's one of the tweets, which is being able to create, being creative, being innovative. We live in a culture where before we even grow up, we already have the script of our life, which is we go to school, we earn a diploma, we start a career in this and that, and we go. At some point, we kind of forget the concept of creativity, which is we look at problems that we have and we try to find solutions to that problem. Working on opening our mind to other concepts, to being able to absorb things and multiply, mix them, and create something new out of that. And when it comes to learning a skill and solving problems for society, we need to be able to have enough open-mindedness so that we can be creative, trying things that we haven't tried before, trying things the unconventional way. And that's where you find the solution that everyone needs, because you are trying. And for that, I'm going back on the case of Tesla. Tesla is an automobile company. When Elon Musk came into the market of automobile company, he did not go the conventional way. And now Elon Musk is the richest man on the planet. Being creative, being innovative, learning specific knowledge is what leads to financial freedom. It's being different, thinking outside of the box, thinking differently and playing the game and learning the things that need to be learned, not the scripted one. Seek wealth, not money or status. Wealth is having assets that earn while you sleep. My understanding of this tweet is that wealth is what people don't see. Wealth is not the car that you drive or the fancy thing that we show off to people, because those are things that we spend our money on. Wealth is the quality of the thing that we own and how they produce. Are they producing equity? Are they producing more wealth? Are they appreciating in value? Are they producing while we're sleeping? Because if you use money and take away the concept of time, I think wealth is not tied to time, but wealth is tied to productivity and value. How can you automatize productivity in order for that to produce more than what you expect for? So I will give you a few examples. Here we have Denzel and Jeffrey, both 26 years old, both earn $60K a year. Denzel invests his money into a rental house. He invests his money into his business. He buy and own a car, a used car, which is a Toyota. And Jeffrey is here release a Tesla, which costs as much as his salary per year, using credit card to finance lifestyles that is not his own. He's not living below his means. Now, when you look at Jeffrey with everything that he has, you may just think that, oh, this man is wealthy. Look at the clothes he's wearing, look at the car he's driving, that he is rich. However, that doesn't tell you if someone is rich or not, because wealth is what you don't see. You don't see that Denzel has a house that is earning him passive income. Denzel may not need to work and just sit down and someone is paying rent to him. Denzel is investing in his business that will create more income. However, Jeffrey here is living on credit card, putting himself in more debt and stuff like that. So understanding this concept and this mindset is the first step to wealth creation. It's always a mindset. You're not going to get rich renting out your time. You must own equity, a piece of business to gain your financial freedom. Always invest your money, always own assets, own part of the business, invest in someone else's ideas that you believe in and you believe that this will make profit. So in the future, if that company grows in equity, you are still making money, you are gaining on that instead of you spending your money on things that are not gonna gain value. What I'm saying here is that you should live below your means, live within your constraint of financial abundance, and then try to save as much as possible and invest those money in order for the money to grow, so that now you have enough capital to do whatever you want. The idea is to be financially free, to have enough money so that when you spend it, you don't have to worry about tomorrow, because you know that you have enough, you have accumulated enough through your time with investing and all this kind of thing. In terms of business, we need 3 forms of leverage: capital leverage, human leverage, and product with no marginal cost when it comes to leverage. And those products are codes and media. So when you're starting a business, you will need capital in order to produce whatever you need to produce, delivering it to the customer, etc. If you are starting from nothing, if, like we say, the element of luck is not there, you are starting from scratch. How are you going to produce your product? It means that it's going to require you some money to buy the ingredient and putting it together. It's going to require money to deliver it to your customer. Either you need a place where you are selling your product at, or you need to deliver it to them through shipping, all those kind of stuff. You need capital for that. The second one is human. You will need people in the working system, in the machine that you are creating for your business. You need people to make it work. You need people that follow your vision, that see what you are seeing and are willing to put enough work to make it come true. And that's also something that's going to require a lot from you. It's going to require you to become a leader. It's going to require you to have leadership skill to make people follow. And one of the tweets is that everybody wants to lead, but nobody wants to follow. Those are leverages in our societies that requires a lot from you. It requires credibility, it requires experience. You have to prove yourself multiple times before you are at the stage where you can handle all of that. The third type of leverage are product with no marginal cost, such as code or media. With code, it doesn't require credibility, it is permissionless. You don't need anyone's permission in order to create in order to create an app that will serve society. You don't need anybody permission to create a platform where people will enjoy, and then you can monetize off of that or even sell it. You don't need permission to start a channel or platform, a media platform on the internet, where you can amass a large amount of followers and then monetize off of that. We do have people that are been doing it excessively recently, especially on platforms like TikTok. We have young people, they didn't need anyone permission. People like Charlie, D'Amelio, etc. They didn't need permission. They start posting on TikTok, they gain a large number of followers, they monetize it, and boom, right there.
The thing that I got really good at was looking at businesses and figuring out the point of maximum leverage to actually create wealth and capture some of that. But, build businesses and help people and provide value kind of way.
When it comes to education, it means that we're a student for life. We need to always update ourselves, update the version of the thing we learn, and open our minds to more than one discipline or more than one concept. By studying things like microeconomy, game theory, psychology, you gain more into the understanding of human and how the real world works. You understand the mind of your customer better than anyone else. You understand the thinking of your people. You understand who you are targeting for your business, whose problem you are solving, and how can you present it to them so that they understand that, okay, this is for me and I'm willing to put my money down for it, etc. By learning game theory, you become a better strategist when it comes to business, when it comes to life, when it comes to taking decisions, etc. Those are things that we need to learn. Those are things that we need to incorporate in our life. By studying microeconomics, we understand how economy works, how the value of money rise and fall in our country, how the price of goods and services rise and fall in our country, where to put our money in terms of avoiding inflation and stuff like that. Those are things that we need to learn. Branding your company or your business under your own name, being the face of your brand, which will make you more accountable to your brand, to your business, to your work, because your name is on that thing. You have to deliver the right kind of work, because that's what people are waiting. That's what society is expecting of you. It's expecting of your product. If your product sucks, it means your name is losing credibility. Being accountable to your brand is one of the main things. Delivering, doing the work, working hard, and creating the thing that people need. Not finding the shortest way, by giving the right type of value to the population, etc. Who you work with and what you work on are more important than how hard you work, because you may be working on the wrong thing, so the result will be different. The result may not be what you're expecting. So there's a 80-20 principle, which is you apply 80% of your energy to 20% of the things that bring 80% of your result, and that can be applied to any things in your life, from finance to business to relationship to education to school, etc. Those are concepts that I think they are important to be implemented in life, because they will bring result.
I was born poor and miserable, and I'm now pretty well off, and I'm very happy. And I worked at those, and so I've learned a few things. There are some principles, and so I try to lay them out, but in a timeless manner, where you can kind of figure it out yourself. Because at the end of the day, I can't really teach anything. I can only inspire you and maybe give you a few hooks so you can remember things when they happen, or put a name to them.
For those that stick with me through the video, I appreciate you. Like and subscribe. Put in a comment what you think. If you have more questions, I'll try to answer them as much as I can. Until next time, peace.